Hello, I'd like to talk about malware protection for just a moment. Hi, my name's John Eberle. I've been an instructor here at TrainAce since 2004. I've worked in the industry for over 40 years, have a lot of experience. A couple of my interesting jobs was I was a lead system administrator for the Air Force Office of Special Investigations for over 7 years. Let's talk a little bit about this. Malware isn't magic, okay? It has to be introduced into an IT environment somehow. The five most common ways that organizations are initially compromised are listed below. Unpatched vulnerabilities, security misconfigurations, weak, leaked, or stolen credentials, social engineering, insider threats. All of those can be ways it can get in. While anti-malware solutions can't protect organizations from everything, especially new and emerging things, they can protect you from hundreds of millions of known threats. Uh, if you don't run anti-malware at all, then you won't be protected from any of these, and many of them have been out there for years. Enterprises must run up-to-date anti-malware software from a trustworthy vendor. I think the government and the military mostly use Symantec and McAfee, but there are others. In today's world, viruses and malware are everywhere, and there's a bunch of different variants. Talk about a couple of those. A virus, program that embeds itself in another program. It can be executed in many ways. For example, clicking on a link on a web page or opening an email attachment, very common. Uh, Once it's been activated, it self-replicates going from host to host. Polymorphic virus mutates as it spreads so that it's difficult to detect. The hash value keeps changing as it mutates, may cause a program error if the file extension is changed and the program's not on the computer. Command and control malware. This is malware that takes over complete control of the computer, can be used to steal data, reboot, shut down the computer, or perform a distributed denial of service attack. It can be launched via a phishing attack or downloaded malware. Ransomware, you're probably familiar with, um, involves the attacker encrypting the files on a user's computer and then displaying a link asking for money to release the files. Ransomware prevents access to the computer until the ransom is paid. Sometimes after the ransom is paid, you still don't get your files back. So that's a nasty one. A worm, a program that self-propagates to spread to other computers, exploiting security weaknesses. For example, the NIMDA virus, NIMDA meaning admin spelled backwards, was released in 2001. When run, it continues to propagate itself. The main target of NIMDA was Microsoft's IIS web server, particularly 4.0, and file servers. It would create a denial of service attack. Its job was to simply slow down networks. When it accessed a server, it'd run down the map network drives of everyone connected to the server. Then it rewrote the system files so that they had an EML extension. Once complete, the computer would no longer function. That was a pretty nasty one. Trojan, any program that's embedded in a program that you download. They exploit System32 and then run a dynamically linked library file to attack the operating system kernel. A remote access Trojan is a program that sends login details to the attacker to enable them to take full control of the computer. Ghost Rat was a Trojan horse that was originally designed by threat actors in China. The user clicked on the link, a dropper program called Server.exe installed the Ghost Rat, and then allowed the attacker to take control of the computer. It could then log keystrokes, download and upload files, run webcam, and microphone feeds too. That's kind of scary. A rootkit program installs himself in the system, BIOS, firmware, or an adapter card. No matter how many times the operating system is reinstalled, it keeps coming back. Linux rootkit uses the bash shell. Many of your programs ask you to search for rootkits, and you have to allow it to reboot. A lot of people say no. Please don't. Backdoor, a piece of software or computer system that's created by program developers in case someone locks themselves out of the program. They're generally undocumented and generally no good. Bad guys use those, attackers use those to gain access to your systems. Logic bomb is a virus triggered by either an action or a specific date, like the 4th of July, for example. Malware protection. Last thing I'm going to say here, keep your antivirus, anti-malware software up to date. Now, most of the military and the government check every night, but if you're at home, check every night. Run your scans often. I run it once a day. Use real-time protection software like intrusion prevention systems if you're in a business. Use strong passwords to ensure that users are using unique passwords and regularly change them. All right, again, if this was of value to you, thank you for watching. If it was of interest to you, please contact us. Let us help you start or help you move on with your IT career. We can be found here.